All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare video. All I have to say is Yuki, they went ahead and dropped the information for the new update. Everything looks incredible. I'm not going to do a full breakdown. I'm sure there's enough videos on that. Rather, I'm going to hone in and talk about specifically the characters. That is what I'm most excited for. That's what I'm always going to be most excited for when it comes to new content update, especially with this one with Yuki dropping. So if you do enjoy today's video, if you're a Yuki main, you're excited about her and you're excited about the new update, drop a like, sub if you're new, join the FBG fam. I would love to have you stick around. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I do truly appreciate it. With that also being said, they went ahead and introduced these two characters that are going to be coming in the new update as well. So the updates appear to be 9 weeks in length, and they're going to break them up in 3-week increments. Yuki being the first one, I'm going to assume Chizuru is going to be the second one, and then the last character is going to be this one right here. She looks incredible in my opinion. Serenial. All three of these characters I'm excited for. I think all three characters look great, and all three characters fit what I look for when it comes to like character design and things of that nature. If you've been on the channel for any amount of time, you know katanas, samurais, nodachis, ninjas, that is all up my alley, and these characters are kind of fitting all that for me, as well as like Gundams and mechs. And this last character right here fits that profile to the T. Anyways, just to do a quick overview, quick highlight on what's going to be coming in the new update. They have new content, which looks great, new difficulties for the content, that looks great, a new chaos area, which I'm excited for because it's going to introduce new monster cards, new epiphanies, new equipment. All of that looks really solid. And then they have rewards, of course, that look to be really good for not only new players, but also veteran players that have been playing since the beginning. I guess I can't say veterans because it's only a month in, but players that have been playing since day one, you know what I mean? Anyways, that is pretty much the high overview of the content that's going to be coming. It all looks great. Of course, there's a lot of other things that are going to be in there. Once again, I'm not going to go over everything in depth. There's enough videos on that. But getting back to the characters, so they have Yuki, Chizuru here, once again fitting my type of design, with the arm right here, the mech arm, and then the katana. She looks to be a void character. I spoke about this in a previous video, and if you don't know my channel or seen my account lately, I'm a void main. I have all the void characters, and those are the characters that I built up pretty much the most. So she's gonna fit in there perfectly. I don't need her, but I do need her at the same time, if you know what I mean. And then Serenial, to me, you can let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, but she looks to be a support character in my opinion. That's this type of design just screams support to me, or support sub DPS. I'm interested to see the synergy between all three, Yuki, Chizuru, and Serenial. But if she is a support slash sub DPS, I'm hoping she's one that like provides AP in some type of way, has a really cool mechanic in that aspect. We'll have to wait and see, right? Once again, the synergy between all three I hope is there, because I want to put all three on the same team and rock out with that. And we'll probably do that anyways if they're not synergistic. But all three characters look fantastic. Let me know in the comments down below who you're most excited for. But once again, they're going to be coming later. Yuki's going to be first, and Yuki's the one that I'm really excited for, because I've been anticipating this character from the very beginning. So we're going to take a look at her cards, what she's doing, and do a bit of a breakdown. So first and foremost, she has a tongue ring. Secondly, her design's fantastic. And then lastly, she is order, which is perfect for me because I could use more order characters. I said justice in the last video based off of her color scheme. I said order. I meant to say justice, but she is order, which is fine because that's what I was saying. Anyway, she's going to be a striker unit as well, which is fantastic. Now, she seems to primarily focus on AOE, and that's going to be the majority of what her cards are about, if not all her cards, as well as her ego skill, which once again is perfect for me. Her being order, striker, and AOE, because a lot of the characters that I have are single target damage focus. So I'm looking forward to having an AOE character on my team. Now, the question is AOE going to be beneficial? Because right now, at least in this current patch that we're in, it's very single target focus, just bursting down the boss. There's not too much need for AOE. So I'm wondering if in this new update, they're going to introduce more mobs, more enemies to go ahead and have Yuki shine a little bit more. Because usually in most gacha games, the character, they highlight the content around the character, so that way the character looks a lot better. So we'll have to wait and see if CZN is very similar, where they introduce more content where there's more mobs for her to be able to shine a little bit more. But we'll have to wait and see. I think AOE is always going to be very beneficial. But once again, the single target burst damage has been primarily what we've been working with. Anyways, to take a look at her cards: prepare to subdue, Draw one of this unit's attack cards, 20% damage for that card for 1 turn. 0 cost, very nice. Her animations, by the way, animation over here, phenomenal. 10 out of 10. We have Flash Slash. Geez, if we can just go back a little bit, they're flying. I think they went ahead and did it. We got to go back. This is gonna be impossible. It's gonna be impossible. Anyways, we get to see her a little bit more. All good, right? All good. So we have Flash Slash, 180%. Say that 10 times fast. 180% damage to all enemies. Inspiration reduced cost by 1. So inspiration is gonna be her mechanic. And then it's 100 AOE, 180% damage. Trickery Strike, 1 cost, deal 150% damage. Activate inspiration to 1 random card in hand. So this could be, and it's a retain card, so you can hold on to that. Animation looks great. And then we have Freezing Blade. It's an upgrade card, 1 cost, unique. When using own card with an activated inspiration effect, 60% damage to all enemies. So you can see everything's AOE. Everything's is kind of surrounded around the inspiration mechanic. And you can see where the combos and the synergy is going to come into play with these cards. And then we have the bread and butter Iceberg Cleave, 1 cost, 180% damage to all enemies. Inspiration plus 1 extra hit, minus 20% damage. And then the animation on this, she's probably the most anime character I've ever seen. Tongue ring. Anyways, ultimate, it's a 5 cost Skyscraper Cleave, not too bad. 300% damage to all enemies. Once again, AOE. Move all own attack cards in hand to the top of the draw pile, and I believe that's 30% damage per card max. So very solid. And then the animation on this is, once again, 10 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says. Phenomenal, right? Absolutely phenomenal. So you can see where the synergy, once again, and the combos comes into play. We're definitely going to be messing around with this character to try and get all the epiphanies, because there's a lot to yet to be seen with this character in terms of the epiphanies for the cards, the potential, like what the potential nodes unlock for her, because we know how that can really alter a character, and as well as her ego, because you're going to be able to, in one of the events, be able to obtain a material that can unlock an ego. Well, we'll have to wait and see how that exactly goes down, but we'll have to see what her egos are as well. So there's a lot when it comes to this character. Anyways, they have her paired with Nia and Cassius for that first team, and that team is solid, right? Because you're going to be able to really shuffle the cards, shuffle the deck, find cards for her, and then be able to pop them off. So that's going to be solid, as well as Nia with the upgrades and the additional attacks. I think that's going to be a great team. And then this one, they have Lucas here, very AOE focus, some debuffing. It's going to be very nice, right? The AOE on this team is going to be good. I have Cassius and Nia. I need to build them up. I haven't had the chance to build them up. Resources, right? What are some other teams that she could fit on? I mean, I think Hugo is going to be sneaky good with her as well. The attribute synergy, the additional attacks. You could also put Luke with her. That might be something that you could look into. Once again, the attribute synergy, but also him being more single target focused. That could be something that could be done. I think Amir might be really nice with her as well. And once again, I'm really just thinking about the attribute synergy, but Amir, I think is going to be pretty solid also, because she has some pretty nice AOE, the defense, you know, being able to provide shields, so, and some follow-up attacks. I think Amir might be sneaky good. The next team that they put together with her is Beryl, once again for that single target nuking aspect. So you can have Yuki be the AOE character, and then Beryl be the single target. Veronica, of course, being a great support slash sub DPS, having that ballista mechanic. I think she's going to be really solid. Khalip, of course, Khalip fits with everybody. Mika, Universal. We already talked about Cassius and Nia. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be able to fit on a lot of teams. I think you're going to be able to play around and really see what you like most. But I think she's going to have really good synergy with a lot of characters. I think it's going to be good. So, but that's just off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of some other characters. I know I'm missing some. I'm just thinking off the top of my head really quickly. Yeah, I mean, those are the ones that I probably lean towards right now that I can think of. I know I'm missing somebody. Anyways, that is Yuki right there. I know they show some epiphany cards, as well as her partner that's going to be coming in the new update as well. If we can take a look here. Right here. So we have the epiphany card here, prepare to subdue. Retain card, draw one own attack card for 1 turn, 40% damage amount to that card. That's nice. I like that one. This one, draw 1 own attack card for 1 turn, 20% damage amount to that card. Inspiration, draw 1 attack card. That's pretty solid as well. I like the retains. I've always enjoyed the retains because you can hold on to them and use them when you want to. But Yuki's gonna be all, and you can see she's pretty AP efficient, right? 0 cost, 1 cost. So she's definitely gonna be all about, you know, getting her own cards to be able to do more damage with those cards. And I could definitely see a combo where you can get a handful of her own cards. It's going to be really nice. And then Flash Slash right here, 270% damage to all enemies. Inspiration cost -1. That's pretty decent. I think the one that's going to be the go-to, the one that you're going to try and get, is this one right here. 2 cost, 320% damage. Once again, retain. I'm going to retain, guys. 60% damage amount for each own card drawn for 1 turn. Max 3. I think that's going to be easy to get, honestly. I don't think that's going to be too hard. Once you get the right setup, the right deck put together, I think this one's going to be the move right here. I think this one costs too much. 300% damage for a 3 cost. I think that's too much. I mean, it does go down to a 1 cost, but still, I don't think that's going to be that beneficial. And then we have the partner right here. And we're going to see what the partner does. I think the partner is pretty solid for her, obviously. Now, keep in mind, this is level 60 at level 5, so 5 duped out, but 50% damage is pretty insane. Attack cards of the assigned combatant drawn by their ability have their damage increased by 50% for 1 turn. Once again, this is fully maxed out, so take that with a grain of salt, but I think it's still solid. Damage amount of the cards with the assigned combatant's inspiration increases by 20%. So I don't know how universal this card is going to be. I think that first part, obviously, you're going to be able to utilize. Second part is going to be obviously specific to Yuki, right, because of the inspiration mechanic. And then we have the ego skill, move 1 card from hand to draw pile. So when it comes to partners, I think partners are great, but I don't think they're a necessity by any means. I think they're one that you go for if you truly enjoy the character and you want them to be possibly the best that they can, or if you just have, you know, just leftover currency, you have, you know, money to spare, whatever the case may be. I think that's when you go for partners. I think partners are great, but I don't think they're a priority by any means. I think you grab the character, and if you're able to go for the partner, go for them. I'm definitely going to try and go for the partner, just because it's Yuki. But if you weren't able to, they're definitely great alternatives that you could put on her, or decent alternatives, I should say. But that is the breakdown for Yuki. That is the breakdown for what we have going on for the most part. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. I believe this update in Yuki is going to be dropping on the 12th. So I'm hopefully going to be able to go live for that, for the pulls for Yuki, building her up, trying to get some, you know, synergistic decks, epiphanies, really testing her out in depth to get a good feel for this character and the update. So I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited, and I'll see you when the update drops. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I do truly appreciate it. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name's Cody. Call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.